Hey everyone, welcome to Watch the Stories. Here we bring you the most emotional, dramatic, and unforgettable tales from every corner of life. So sit back, relax, and get ready to feel every emotion. Because this is where stories come alive. I'm dying, and the only person who can save me is a 9-year-old street kid selling dumplings from a cardboard box. My body is eating itself from the inside out. 3 months ago I could taste champagne, Wagyu, truffle oil. Now everything turns to ash on my tongue. I've lost 40 pounds. My executives whisper behind glass doors. My reflection is a stranger. Hollow cheeks, eyes like bruised fruit. The doctors call it psychosomatic. I call it hell. What they don't know is that 2 weeks before it started, a woman touched my wrist at a charity gala, her fingers ice cold, her smile surgical, and whispered, "You'll starve until you taste your bloodline." I laughed. Threw her out. Now I'm withering in a $30 million penthouse, and I can't remember the last time food didn't feel like swallowing glass. My name is Dominic Chen. I'm 34. I built an empire from code and cruelty, and I'm supposed to be untouchable. Instead, I'm standing in the rain outside a night market in the worst part of the city, watching a little girl flip scallion pancakes on a dented hot plate. She's small, too small. Her hair is in 2 messy braids, her jacket 3 sizes too big and patched with duct tape. But her hands, God, her hands move like a pianist's. Precise, confident. She doesn't look up when I approach, just keeps working, the smell of sesame oil and garlic rising into the wet air. How much? My voice comes out rougher than I intended. 10 yuan. Still doesn't look at me. I pull out a 50. She glances at it, then at me, and I see her eyes for the first time. Dark, intelligent, wary in a way that makes my chest tighten. I don't have change for rich people. Keep it. She shrugs, wraps a pancake in brown paper, hands it over. Our fingers don't touch, but I feel the heat radiating from the food like a living thing. I bite into it right there on the street, and I taste it. Salt, scallion, the slight char of the dough. Flavor explodes across my tongue like a symphony after months of silence, and I nearly drop to my knees. My eyes burn. I take another bite, then another, devouring it like a man surfacing from drowning. She's watching me now, head tilted. "You act like you've never eaten before." I haven't. The words slip out before I can stop them. Not in months. Something flickers across her face, not pity but recognition. Like she understands what it means to be hungry in ways that have nothing to do with food. "What's your name?" I ask. "Lily." "Where are your parents, Lily?" Her expression shudders. "Busy, it's a lie. I've built my fortune reading people, and this child is alone in the world." I should walk away. Call social services, maybe. Instead, I hear myself say, "Make me another one." She does. I eat it standing there in the rain, and it's the same. Alive. Real. Pulling me back from the edge of whatever darkness has been swallowing me whole. When I finish, I crouch down to her eye level. She doesn't flinch, but her hand moves subtly toward the knife on her prep table. "Smart girl. I have a proposition," I say. "I'll pay you 10,000 yuan a week to cook for me." That's stupid. Maybe. But I'm serious. She studies me with those 2 old eyes. "Why?" "Because you're the only thing keeping me alive," I don't say. "Because something about you feels like the answer to a question I didn't know I was asking." "Because your food is the best I've ever tasted," I say instead. Lily considers this. Rain drips from her braids. Finally, she nods once, sharp and businesslike. "Okay, but I'm not living in some creepy mansion." "Fair enough." I pull out my phone, already calculating. I'll set her up in the guest house. Hire a tutor. Make sure she's safe while I figure out why her cooking is the only thing that doesn't poison me. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. I hand her a business card with my private address. She tucks it into her jacket without looking at it. "Don't be late." I hate when people waste my time. I laugh for the first time in months. A raw, startling sound. As I walk away, I feel her watching me. I don't look back, but something electric runs down my spine. A whisper of intuition that sounds absurdly like recognition, like coming home to a place I've never been. 3 days in, and Lily has completely reorganized my kitchen. I'm standing in the doorway of the guest house at dawn, watching her stand on a step stool to reach the spice rack she's arranged by color. She's wearing the same oversized jacket, but her hair is cleaner now, braided with the kind of precision that speaks of long practice doing things alone. You're early, she says without turning around. You're already working. Time doesn't stop just because you're rich. She's right, of course, but there's something else in her voice. An edge that reminds me uncomfortably of myself at boardroom tables, cutting through bullshit with surgical efficiency. I watch her crack eggs one-handed, her small fingers moving with absolute certainty. The morning light turns everything gold, the steam rising from the pan, the curve of her cheek, the fine bones of her wrist that look too delicate to carry the weight she's clearly been carrying. Tell me about your parents, I say. Her hand pauses, just for a fraction of a second. You're not paying me to talk. I'm paying you enough to ask questions. She slides a perfect omelet onto a plate, adds fresh herbs I didn't know I had. When she sets it in front of me, our eyes meet, and there's something there, something that makes my breath catch. Defiance, yes, but underneath it, loneliness so vast it could swallow cities. I eat. Every bite is revelation, is medicine, is coming back to life. My mother is gone, Lily finally says, voice flat. She left when I was 6, and your father? Never met him. She's cleaning up now, movements sharp and angry. She said he was important. Too important for people like us. The omelet turns heavy in my stomach. Lily, I don't need your pity. She's facing me now, chin up, eyes blazing. I don't need anyone. I was doing fine before you showed up with your weird starving rich guy problem. I know you were. And I mean it. This child has more strength in her small frame than most of my executives have in their entire spineless bodies. But you're 9 years old. You shouldn't have to. I'm 10. The correction hits me like a freight train, 10. The same age my daughter would have been if I'd known about her. If that night 8 years ago with a woman whose name I can barely remember had been anything more than champagne and bad decisions and a phone number, I never called back. My chest constricts. I push the thought away. 10, I repeat. My apologies. She nods, slightly mollified. Then unexpectedly, why does my food work for you? I don't know. But you have a theory. Smart. So dangerously smart. I was cursed, I say, testing the words aloud for the first time. A woman told me I'd starve until I tasted my bloodline. Lily goes very still. That's insane. Yes, do you believe in that stuff? Curses and psychics and I didn't. I meet her eyes. But I'm not starving when I eat your food, Lily. So something is happening that I don't understand. The air between us shifts, becomes charged with something I can't name. She takes a step closer and I notice things I shouldn't. The way her eyebrows draw together when she's thinking. The small scar above her left eye. The exact shade of brown in her irises that seems to shift in the light. Familiar. Everything about her feels achingly, impossibly familiar. Maybe she was crazy, Lily says quietly. Maybe your sickness was just coincidence and my food is just good. Maybe. But we both know it's not. She reaches out suddenly, her small hand touching my wrist where it rests on the counter. Her skin is warm, calloused from cooking. The touch is brief, but it sends electricity straight through my nervous system. Not attraction. Nothing like that, but recognition. Cellular, ancient wrong. She jerks her hand back. Eyes wide. Did you feel? She starts. The doorbell rings. We both jump. I'm not expecting anyone. Nobody knows Lily is here except my head of security, and he wouldn't interrupt without calling first. But when I open the door, there's a woman standing in my driveway, her face half hidden by a silk scarf, her eyes the exact shade of brown as the child standing frozen behind me. Hello, Dominic, she says, voice like honey over broken glass. I believe you have something that belongs to me. The woman's name is Victoria. I know this because Lily whispers it like a prayer, like a curse, before running into the guest house and slamming the door. Victoria removes her scarf slowly, deliberately, and I see her face clearly for the first time in 8 years. The curve of her jaw, the arch of her brows, the mouth I kissed in a hotel room while rain hammered the windows and I was too drunk on success and champagne to ask smart questions. You, I breathe. Me. She smiles, but it doesn't reach her eyes. Surprised you remember. You didn't seem particularly interested in remembering the morning after. Guilt hits me like a punch to the solar plexus. I called. You didn't answer. I was busy being pregnant. The world tilts sideways, that's impossible. But even as I say it, I'm doing the math. 8 years ago. Lily is 10. She said her mother left when she was 6. You're lying, am I? Victoria walks past me into the house like she owns it, her heels clicking on marble. Where is she? You left her. My voice comes out dangerous, controlled. You abandoned a 6-year-old child and now you show up demanding. What exactly? I didn't abandon her. I protected her. Victoria turns and there's real emotion cracking through her polished surface now. From you. From this life. From everything I knew would destroy her. By letting her live on the streets, she was with my sister. It was supposed to be temporary. Victoria's mask is crumbling now, and underneath it I see something raw and desperate. But my sister, she changed. Got involved in things I don't understand. Psychic readings, rituals, obsessions with fate and blood. Then she disappeared 2 months ago and Lily ran. I've been searching for her ever since. My blood turns to ice. Your sister. What does she look like? Victoria describes her. Tall, angular, eyes that see through you. The woman at the gala? The woman who cursed me. She was at my charity event, I say slowly. She touched me. Told me I'd starve until I tasted my bloodline. Victoria's face goes white. No, she wouldn't. But she stops because we both know she would. The guest house door opens. Lily stands there, small and fierce, her hands clenched into fists. Stop talking about me like I'm not here. Victoria moves toward her, arms outstretched. Baby, I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to... Don't. Lily's voice could cut diamonds. You don't get to call me that anymore. The rejection hits Victoria visibly. She stops, hands falling to her sides. I should leave them alone. This is a family reunion, however broken. But something keeps me rooted to the spot, watching Lily's face cycle through emotions too complex for a 10-year-old. Rage, longing, betrayal, and underneath it all, a desperate hope she's trying hard to hide. Is he my father? Lily asks finally, voice small. Victoria closes her eyes. Yes. The word hangs in the air like smoke after a gunshot. I can't breathe. Can't think. My daughter, the child I never knew existed, is standing 10 feet away, looking at me with eyes that are mirror images of my own, and suddenly every moment of the past 3 days rearranges itself into a pattern I was too blind to see. The way she tilts her head when she's thinking, the stubborn set of her jaw, the terrifying intelligence and the loneliness and the strength that seems too big for her small frame. All of it is mine, reflected back at me in a person I just met but have somehow always known. Lily, I start, but I don't know how to finish. She looks at me for a long moment. Then she walks past both of us, sits down at the kitchen counter and starts chopping vegetables with sharp, angry movements. I'm making lunch, she announces. You can stay or leave. I don't care, but her hands are shaking. I sit down across from her. Victoria hovers in the doorway, uncertain. Why did your sister do this? I ask Victoria, but I'm watching Lily's face. Why curse me? Why make sure I'd find her? I don't know. She became obsessed with bringing us together, said it was our destiny that Lily needed both parents. Victoria's voice breaks. She scared me, so I took Lily and disappeared. But she found us anyway. She always finds us. Lily's knife pauses. Aunt Morgana said you were looking for me. She said if I could make you taste real food again, you'd know. You'd understand. Understand what? That we're connected. Lily finally looks up at me and her eyes are full of tears she won't let fall. She said blood calls to blood, that I could save you because you're my father. And that's stronger than any curse. The pieces click into place with sickening clarity. Morgana didn't curse me to hurt me. She cursed me to create a crisis that only Lily could solve, forcing us together, forcing the truth into the open. But why? There's something else, Victoria says quietly. Morgana is dying. Some kind of aggressive cancer. She has weeks, maybe days, and she keeps saying that Lily is the key, that she needs to see all three of us together before... A phone rings, mine unknown number. I answer, already knowing. Hello, Dominic. Morgana's voice is weak but triumphant. I see you found your daughter. Good. Now we can begin. Morgana wants to meet us at her apartment downtown at midnight. Absolutely not, I say. But Victoria is already grabbing her coat. We have to. She has information about Lily's future, about why this all happened. She's been obsessed with some prophecy, some pattern she saw in the stars. Victoria's voice is ragged. I know it sounds insane, but she's dying, and she's the only one who knows the full truth. Lily is standing at the window watching rain begin to fall. I want to go. No. The word comes out harder than I intend. I'm not taking my daughter to meet a woman who cursed me and manipulated all of us. Your daughter? Lily turns, and there's something dangerous in her expression. You just found out about me 3 hours ago. You don't get to make decisions for me yet. She's right. And wrong. And I'm drowning in the impossible weight of sudden fatherhood, of 10 lost years, of this fierce, brilliant child who shares my blood but is a complete stranger. Please, Victoria says, just listen to what she has to say. Then we can walk away. All of us. Together. The word together does something to my resolve. I look at Lily, at the rigid set of her shoulders, at the way she's holding herself apart from both of us like she's afraid of what will happen if she lets anyone close. Fine. But I'm bringing security. She won't talk if you do. Then we don't go. Lily crosses her arms. I'll go without you. Try it and I stop. What can I possibly threaten her with? She's lived on streets, survived alone, built a life from nothing. What power do I have over someone that strong? You'll what? She challenges. I'll be disappointed. The words surprise us both, because I just found out I have a daughter and I don't want to lose her before I even know her. Something in Lily's face cracks. She looks away quickly, but not before I see the vulnerability flash across her features. The child underneath the armor. Fine. We'll go together. But if she's lying, if this is some kind of trap, I'll destroy her myself, I finish. Victoria nods shakily. Thank you. Morgana's apartment is in a building that should have been condemned decades ago. The elevator doesn't work. We climb 7 flights in tense silence, Lily between us like a small, fierce bridge holding 2 continents apart. The door is already open when we arrive. Inside, candles flicker across every surface. Morgana is sitting in a wheelchair by the window, wrapped in blankets despite the summer heat. She looks like a ghost of the woman who cursed me, gaunt, pale, her eyes enormous in her wasted face. But those eyes are bright with fever and something that might be madness. You came. Her voice is a whisper. All 3 of you, finally. What do you want? I keep Lily slightly behind me, protective instinct overriding everything else. To give you a gift. Morgana's gaze moves to Lily. Hello, little one. You've grown so much, you left me. Lily's voice is flat. You and Mom, everyone leaves, I know. And I'm sorry. Morgana extends a skeletal hand. Come here. Let me look at you properly. Lily doesn't move. Victoria makes a small sound of distress. Why did you do it? I demand. Why curse me? Why orchestrate all of this? Morgana laughs, a rattling, broken sound. Because I saw it. In the cards, in the stars, in every sign the universe kept screaming at me. Victoria met you that night because fate demanded it. You created Lily because the world needed her. And she... Morgana's eyes fix on my daughter with frightening intensity. She's going to change everything. You're insane, Victoria breathes. Maybe, but I'm also right. Morgana pulls out a manila folder with shaking hands. I've spent 3 years tracking patterns, researching bloodlines. Dominic, your family has a history. Psychic abilities, prophetic dreams, all suppressed, hidden, denied. And Victoria, she looks at her sister. We come from a line of seers. Our grandmother could predict deaths. Our mother could read thoughts. That's fairy tale nonsense, I snap. Is it? Then explain why Lily's food is the only thing that can sustain you. Explain why you felt her in your bones before you knew who she was. Explain. Morgana dissolves into coughing, violent and wet. Lily suddenly moves forward, kneeling beside the wheelchair. Stop, you're hurting yourself. I'm dying anyway, sweet girl. Morgana touches Lily's face with infinite gentleness. But before I go, I need you to know you're special. Both your parents carried dormant gifts, but in you, they've awakened, amplified. You can heal through nourishment. You can sense truth through taste. And as you grow, you'll be able to... Please stop. Lily's eyes are bright with tears now. I don't want to be special. I just want... A family, Morgana finishes. I know. That's why I brought them to you. I cursed your father not to hurt him, but to create a crisis only you could solve, to force him to find you, to give you a chance. The manipulation of it makes me sick. But looking at Lily's face, at the desperate hope breaking through her armor, I understand. Morgana dies 3 days later. We're all there. Victoria holding her sister's hand, Lily curled in a chair by the hospital window, me standing guard like I can somehow protect them from grief. Before she goes, Morgana makes us promise to stay together, to give Lily the family she deserves, to let the strange gift she carries develop naturally, without fear or suppression. She'll do extraordinary things, Morgana whispers, but only if she's loved, only if she's whole. Then she closes her eyes and doesn't open them again. The funeral is small. Lily doesn't cry, but she holds my hand for the first time, her small fingers gripping mine so tightly I can feel her pulse, rapid and bird-quick. Victoria stands on her other side, and we're a broken triangle of people trying to figure out how to be a family. After, we go back to my house. Lily cooks, always cooks when she's processing emotion, and Victoria and I sit at the counter watching her work. I was so scared, Victoria says quietly. When I found out I was pregnant, you were this titan, this force of nature, and I was nobody. I thought you'd take her away from me, or worse, not believe she was yours. I would have believed you. Would you? She looks at me. You don't remember that night, do you? Not really, she's right. It's fragments, her laugh, the rain, the way she'd looked at me like I was human instead of a brand. But her face, I couldn't have picked her out of a lineup the next morning. I'm sorry, I say, for all of it. I'm sorry, too. Victoria watches Lily flip dumplings with practiced ease. She's extraordinary, isn't she? Terrifying, I agree. In the best possible way. Lily brings us plates, her signature dumplings, perfectly golden, steaming. We eat in silence, and the food tastes like forgiveness, like new beginnings, like all the meals we should have shared across 10 missing years. I want to stay here, Lily announces suddenly. With both of you. Is that weird? Victoria and I exchange glances. We're not in love. We barely know each other. But there's a child between us who needs stability more than she needs a conventional family. We'll figure it out, I say. Whatever you need. I need you to not leave. Lily's voice is small now, vulnerable. Either of you. Everyone always leaves. I crouch down to her level the way I did that first night in the rain. I'm not going anywhere. I promise. How can you promise that? Because I spent 10 years not knowing you existed and I won't waste another second. I touch her cheek gently. You're my daughter, Lily. That's not something I take lightly. She looks at me with those devastating eyes. My eyes. And something in her finally breaks. She crashes into me, small arms wrapping around my neck, and she's crying now, really crying. All the fear and loneliness and desperate hope pouring out. I hold her while she shakes, and Victoria joins us, her arms around both of us. And we're a tangle of strangers learning to be family. 6 months later, Lily's restaurant opens. Not a real restaurant, she's still only 10, but a pop-up in my building's event space. Once a month, she cooks for 20 guests, by invitation only. The menu changes every time, dictated by mood and instinct and whatever strange gift Morgana claimed she carried. People say the food does things, heals old griefs, sparks new romances, reveals truths they'd been hiding from themselves. I don't know if I believe in magic, but I believe in my daughter. Victoria moved into the guest house. We're not lovers, may never be. But we're partners in the strange alchemy of co-parenting a gifted, stubborn, brilliant child who's teaching us both how to be better than we were. Tonight, Lily is cooking for us, just the three of us in the kitchen where this all began. Close your eyes, she instructs, and we obey. I hear her moving, working, the familiar sounds that have become the soundtrack of my new life. Then she places a bowl in front of each of us. Okay. Open. It's soup. Simple, clear broth with hand-pulled noodles and herbs. I take a sip. And I taste everything. The rain-soaked night I met her. The moment I learned she was mine. The grief of lost time and the gratitude for the time we have now. I taste forgiveness and hope and the peculiar ache of love that arrived too late but not too late. Victoria is crying quietly. Lily watches us both with those two knowing eyes. It's my story, she says, in soup form. What we were, what we are, what we could be. It's perfect, I tell her. Yeah, she agrees. We kind of are. And standing in my kitchen with my daughter and the woman who gave her to me, eating food that tastes like redemption, I finally understand what Morgana saw in her cards and stars. Not destiny. Not fate, just a family who found each other through impossible odds and decided against all logic to stay. Lily grins at me, confident, radiant, whole. So, she says, what's for dessert? And I laugh because I finally know the answer. whatever comes next, together.